A histogram is a statistical tool which measures the number of shades in a picture. That's it. That's all it does. You have an x-axis and a y-axis. The x-axis are the shades from black to white, and the y-axis represents the number of each of those shades. If you were to have a histogram for a digital camera that took a 1 pixel picture, and that 1 pixel was black, where would the 1 pixel be? What would the histogram look like if it was 1 black pixel? Think about it. Okay? If you drew a picture like this, you are right. There's 1 pixel over here on the left. Okay, now let's say we had a 2 pixel camera, and 1 pixel was white and 1 pixel was black. So we would have 1 pixel black over here, 1 pixel white over here. Okay? Now, what if we had a 6 pixel camera? Man, where would you even buy a 6 pixel camera? And let's say 5 of the pixels were black and 1 was white. What would that histogram look like? That's right. You would have 5 pixel measurements over here and a 1 pixel measurement over here. So that's what's happening with a histogram, but it's doing it for 10 million or 6 million or 8 million pixels. Another example could be, let's say that you are in a dark room, or you're taking a picture of somebody holding a candle in a dark room. It's all black, and there's the candle. Okay, so there's going to be a few white pixels over here, not many shades of gray, and there's going to be all these black dark pixels over here. I like to look at pictures, but sometimes when light's hitting the camera, you can't really tell based on the image. Even the highlight exposure, you can't really tell if it's a good image or not. And the histogram is a quick way to determine whether or not your exposure was about correct.
Now, having all the measured pixels within the ends of the histogram, such as this camel hump, usually means you have an image that is neither underexposed nor overexposed. Camel humps cut off on the right side indicate that the image was overexposed and many of your pixels are white. In the example of the digital greenhouse, this is the equivalent of overflowing buckets. If you have a camel hump cut off on the left side, it means that many of your pixels are black. It is the equivalent of not catching any water in these buckets. If you ever have the pleasure of opening histograms in Photoshop for manipulation, such as the Levels tool, you will notice a 0 on the far left and a 255 on the far right. If we include the 0 position, this correlates to 256 shades of light, 0 being black and 255 being white. This is the result of 8-bit JPEG encryption, which means a JPEG image can only recognize 256 different shades or intensities of light. Histograms deal with the brightness of the pixel, not the color.